Hello buddy, welcome back to another episode of Just What I'm playing Final Fantasy 14. Last episode we did just more Firmament quests. Today we're going to do even more Firmament quests. Hello. Please don't be as long as the orphan one. By the 12th Fjordland there, that we should stumble into here, into you here of all the places. My apologies for getting carried away, it's just we've been wanting to meet you a very long time. Very adventurous too, you see. Ever since you witnessed your bout with Hoary Boulder, we've been admirers of yours. We've even taken on the odd mission for the Scions. With one of our comrades being his guardian, we also joined the fray in the Steps of Faith. There we saw you again in combat, and it'd be no overstatement to say that you carried the battle. And then you went on to put an end to the entire war, owing to which our friend decided to return home. She's now hard at work helping with the restoration effort. They say that all are welcoming. I immediately can't speak. They say that all are welcome to aid in the rebuilding, regardless of origin. Are you participating too, by any chance? So you are, so you are. If that is the case, then perhaps you've seen our comrade. We've come to pay her a visit, you see, but we are struggling to find her on account of being unfamiliar with the city. If you happen to see her, won't you let her know that we're here? She's Elizon, which isn't saying much in these parts, but adventurers can tell each other apart, isn't that right? Okay. Please have mercy on me. Please let these side quests not be too insanely long. I would really appreciate that. Oh, you're the hero of the Scions. Allow me to thank you for your part in protecting my homeland. What business brings you to the Holy See this day, if I may ask? You! My comrades are in the Firmament, you say? What joyous tidings. I will seek them out at once. If it please you, will you not join me? Back to the Firmament. Content, baby, content. Yeah, boy. I am aware that I'm complaining a lot about it. FYI. It's just so many, like, little side quests over here that don't particularly interest me, is the entire deal. But who knows? I don't know anything about these stories, so they could also be very good. All this time, and we've had nary a word from you. We thought you had forgotten about us. Forgive me, the restoration work has kept me busy, but I couldn't be gladder to see you all. And to have the Great Limb present for our reunion makes the moment all the more special. Nod. Adventurer, adventurer. Oh, you're all adventurers, and even the savior of Ishgard is here. This good lady and her family have been kind to me. Is something the matter, my lady? Of late, a strange creature has been prowling about the new nest. I'm worried what it might do. This sounds like a job for us. It'll be our first outing all together in a while. Very well, let us take ourselves to the new nest and look for this creature at once. If you have a spare moment, Lynn, perhaps you'd care to attend to this task with us? Well, I have so much time, right? What? Oh my! Oh, I start yawning again. 5 minutes into this side quest, I'm starting to yawn. I mean, I did have a pretty hefty day already. I guess this way is maybe better. This is very easy to reach. Also, I managed to get my title for doing my levies. Doing 500 levies. Alright, ravishing red. It was around here that I saw it. There! You don't appear to be much of a threat, but if you mean ill, you will answer to us. What is this gonna be, huh? Of course. It says, stay your weapon. I am not an enemy. No, I am an adventurer like you. The Death Storm I am called, and I came to the Firmament to work. I even have the necessary permit. Ah, Master, what luck you are here. Please, tell them that I pose no danger. The amount of stuff that, like, changes, well, unlocks really, depending on, like, how much you have done. It's kind of ridiculous. One of the friendly Vaths who dwell in Darvanian forelands, you say? I acted impulsively. Pray forgive me my discourtesy. No harm was done. He is out worse. If all is settled, then I will take my leave. There's much work to be done. Yes, much work indeed. Thanks to you, we were able to avert a misunderstanding. If what the fellow said is true, there's plenty of work in Ishgard for the willing. What do you say we stay for a spell? Or we stay for a spell? Ah. My words. Truly, to have all of you here would please me to no end. And there you have it. We'll stay here a while and apply ourselves as we continue striving to follow your exam. Okay. Yep, there it is. The next quest in this quest line, as one would expect. Well, if it isn't the Saviour of Ishgard, it is an honor and a pleasure indeed to be graced with your presence. As it just so happens, there was a matter regarding which I was hoping to consult with an esteemed adventurer such as yourself. Ah, but I forget my manners. I'm called ffXIV, and Lord Francel has tasked me with overseeing the paperwork for new residents here in the Firmament. Thanks in no small part due to your selfless efforts on our behalf, countless adventurers, tradesmen, and labourers from across Eorzea have chosen to make this place their home, and now that the Hoarfrost has been completed, we finally have a place to put them all. There is, however, just one rub. We have, at least thus far, lacked a facility to serve the role of the Adventurers Guild that one might find in other nations, a role which will become increasingly vital as our population continues to grow. And so I have decided to devote this building we stand before to that very purpose. Unfortunately, and I am rather embarrassed to admit this, I am not entirely clear on precisely what manner of business is conducted at these guilds, and in turn, what sort of structure might best serve that purpose. Pray enlighten me, friend. What would you say is a defining characteristic of an active, successful adventurers guild? Participants can come to each other's aid, citizens in need can enlist adventure service. Wouldn't hurt to have a tavern. Ah, so that is the primary purpose of an adventurers guild. If adventurers are to render assistance, what is happening? I just heard my cat make a sound. It's like right next to me. I look at her. No. I'll be right back. Oh yes, my cat, the destroyer of my recordings. Okay, so that is the primary purpose of an Adventurers Guild. If adventurers are to render assistance efficiently and swiftly, it certainly stands to reason that there needs to be a dedicated venue where they may receive petitions from townsfolk. Thank you, my friends. The insights you have shared with me will no doubt prove invaluable in transforming this venue into one that will serve all adventurers in the Firmament, and make them feel at home. If I could impose upon you one last time, might you be willing to speak to me, to some of your peers here in the Firmament, and see if you could find a generous soul or two who would be willing to stop by? After all, an Adventurers Guild without adventurers is hardly worthy of the name. Many thanks, my friend. I have no doubt that as a savior of Ishgard and a fellow adventurer, your words will resonate with them far more than mine ever could. Right. Are all of these fucking quests gonna be just pretty big quest lines of some story or another? Is there something you need of me? No Adventurers Guild, eh? I've only just arrived from Molda and I'm still learning the lay of the land. I'm not embarrassed to admit I was hoping there might be a place where I could meet some veteran types and learn a thing or two. Call me interested. What is my cat doing? She's being weird. Need assistance with something, friend? In that case, I would encourage you to consult with one of my colleagues. I fear I am but an apprentice here and would have little to offer you. Was that you say? A new gathering place will be opening here in Firmament. Why, this is a wonderful news indeed. I relocated here from Limsa to learn a new trade, but I must admit that I find myself feeling a touch homesick at times. I was hoping there might be a place where I could mingle with travelers and hear the latest tales and tidings from my homeland. I must visit at once. Okay. If it isn't Lynn, always a pleasure to see you, my friend. What brings you to the Firmament today? I've been here for 3 days. Aiming to build an Adventurers Guild here in Fedifal, you say? I do believe I speak for everyone when I say this is a most welcome development indeed. After all, it has been rather tedious going from door to door every day, asking townspeople if they had any tasks requiring an adventurer's expertise. If there's anything I can do to see that the new facility is a rising success, I am more than happy to do it. Bah. I can't bloody speak, mate. May as well, you know, use the Aetheryte right next to me. That doth seem like a good idea. Ah, there you are, my friend. I am pleased to inform you that a number of your peers have already graced us with their presence. Why, this place is starting to feel more and more like an honest-to-goodness Adventurers Guild with every moment. Rest assured that I will do everything in my power to see that this place flourishes into a home away from home for all adventurers who pay visit to the Holy See. Pray forgive me for imposing upon you the esteemed savior, of Ishgard with such a trivial task, but you have done us a great service today, and for that you have my most sincere gratitude. Whenever you are inclined to grace us with your presence, our doors will always be open. That was it, huh? I'm not complaining. Well, if it is the savior of Ishgard, and the hero who helped us deal with that stray Gaelic kitten the other day, you could have come at a better time. For reasons I cannot begin to imagine, one of those confounding cats is back, and what's more, it appears to have brought its friends. Or so I've been told. As you might imagine, we are at something of a loss as to how to address the situation. If the tales I've heard are true, these creatures originally hailed from a sea of clouds, and some scholars in fact believe them to be a type of void scent. Why, it's enough to send a shiver up a man's spine. Surely you see that we simply cannot allow these baleful creatures to prowl about the Firmament as they please. And so I beg of you, might you be so kind as to look into the matter and find some way to save us from this formidable, fluffy menace? One of my cohorts mentioned that he saw the beast roaming just a ways down the road. And here, take this pouch of dried cloud crawler with you. It's said that the little beast can't resist the scent. Okay. This compact sack, packed to the brim with dried cloud crawler vines, gives off a distinctively tantalizing aroma. Very inconspicuous, friend. You place the snack in the middle of the suite, near where the Gale Kitten was sighted. Retreat to the shadows and hope that your quarry takes the bait. What other thing do I have in my inventory? Oh, Jordan's note. I don't need that anymore. Right. Meow. You found it, but what's this? The furry creature has clad itself in an overcoat suitable for the fiercest of blizzards. Wherever did it get its paws in such garb? Ah, that is not garb, my unlearned friend. I have no idea what I was talking. Oh, some dude. Another one, and it speaks! Oh, what foul sorcery is this? I am but an innocent traveller with a fondness for our feline friends. I journeyed to the far ends of the realm, doing all in my power to see that these creatures are appreciated for the fluffy balls of inimitable cuteness that they are. Now, let us return to the topic of the Gallicat's garb and the wings, which appear to be a part of it. Did you know that it is said that no one has ever seen the garb removed, and that every unfortunate soul who has even made an attempt, has been met with hissing and clawing rage? In any event, it is true, and in that sense, might it not be said that the Gallicat's garb is not garb at all, but rather an extension of the creature's corporeal form? Not only might it be said, but I proclaim it loudly and with the utmost of confidence. Likewise, I would posit that those heavily layered silks are evidence that the Gallicatan or the Gallicat has adapted to its chilly surroundings. Furthermore, the creature's ample belly would seem to be incontrovertible proof that it has been dining on the most sumptuous of feasts. Do you mean that someone has been feeding this creature? And this surprises you? Why, just gaze into those innocent eyes. See how its tail flicks and curls with such enchanting, enigmatic grace. Behold how it goes about its business entirely unburdened by the expectations of mortal men. I thought that no animal could be more delightful than the Gallicats that frolic in the air above our heads, but to see one of such stout and ample proportions, why, I am simply overwhelmed with the sheer force of its immeasurable cuteness. That hat is amazing. Oh, but I can bear it no longer. I simply must behold the creature up close. I must embrace it, caress its fur, scratch behind its ears, nuzzle its nose, and tell it over and over what a cute little kitty it is. Yes, what a cute little kitty you are. Meow. Yes. Well, wait, heavens! Do you think I came on a bit too strong? In any event, we must pursue it at once. Come now. I'm not so sure about this. Perhaps chasing after void scent isn't the wisest course of action. But I suppose you have no choice. I swore an oath to keep the residents of the Firmament safe, after all. Let us exercise due caution, though. I just remembered something. A tiny little detail, which I haven't changed, since I did get this weapon off camera. Boo. Meow. There's so many of them. What is all this commotion? Quiet, all of you, or you'll scare them away. Ha! So you are the master of these creatures, I presume? Master, I hardly. I simply took to feeding one of them, as a way to fend off the pangs of loneliness that comes with being so far from home. And before I do it, well, you can see for yourself. I am not unsympathetic to your situation, my friend, but we simply cannot allow these creatures to run rampant by the Firmament. All their cuteness and fluffiness be damned, they are monsters after all. All I know is they've never done me any harm. Why, give them a snack and they'll curl right up next to you and let you cuddle them and nuzzle their noses to your heart's content. How generous and giving is the Gaelic cat, and pray tell, my friend, just how does it feel to cuddle and nuzzle these most delightful creatures? How can I put it? Their fur is soft and smooth, their noses toasty and warm, their cute little whiskers tickle the face, and they give off the most delightful aroma, akin to that of freshly washed bed linens, or perhaps closer to bread right out of the oven. They smell good, is what I'm saying. You need say no more, for verily there is no creature so heavenly as the cat. Yes, no cat must go uncuddled. More of a dog person, actually. Nah, I'm more of a cat person, so... He says while yelling at his cat each and every episode. Feline fanatics, hear, hear! At any rate, I can assure you I have been in contact with officials at the Mannequin's court in hopes of finding proper homes for the creatures as soon as I possibly can. Surely you agree that they deserve that much? Please don't chase them away. Well, at the very least, they seem to pose no danger, and their population seems to be under control. Suppose I can overlook the matter for the time being. We forewarned that should the situation change and the creatures prove a threat, we will not hesitate to use force when necessary. Isn't that so, friend? Meow. What's this? You wish to accompany me on my journey? Oh, but why did you not say so sooner? It would be a pleasure and an honor both. Come, my fluffy friend, and let us spread a love for all things feline far and wide across the land. Thing is, I really like my cat, but also she breaks things. That's with any animal, be it a cat or a dog. When they misbehave, they misbehave. There's no going... Well, misbehave is a big thing. They just want to play with stuff, but... Unfortunately, for my cat in this case, a lot of the things that are in my room are kind of sensitive to anything. Clawing and biting included. And when I'm recording, of course. I feel like the quality of my videos has kind of dropped in general. Specifically with when it comes to just like audio quality, because so much freaking background noise has been added, and I'm too lazy to remove it. But yeah, my cat doesn't help with that. A simple unadorned sack lies in the middle of the street. Might have belonged to one of the residents of Risensong Quarter. Look about nearby and see if you can't reunite the abandoned parcel with its owner. What is this? Oh yeah, right. Those are 2 level 70 quests. Okay. Thank you. Good evening to you, my dear madam. It's not every day a man gets paid a visit by the Savior of Ishgard. What brings you here today? What's that? You found a sack just lying in the street, you say? If it wouldn't be too bold to ask, might I have a look? Just as I thought. If you're looking for the owner of the sack, you've found him. An acquaintance of mine just brought it to me. But we got so carried away in conversation I completely forgot to take it with me. An embarrassing mistake, to say the least, but I fear the old noggin doesn't work quite as well when you get to my age. Still, pray forgive me. Ishgard Savior surely has better things to do than hauling sacks about town. If you're curious, the bag happens to be filled with flower seeds. Nemea lilies, to be precise. As you may know, they are quite popular as an offering to those who have left us. I started growing them to honor my own dear son, who gave his life in the war. Some of my neighbors took an interest, and then some acquaintances of theirs. As soon as I knew it, I had my own veritable nursery. Flowers are a beautiful thing, wouldn't you agree? They have a way of bringing smiles to faces, even in the most trying of times. It's just a hobby for me, so I don't ask for a coin, but people are kind enough to repay me with seeds and gardening tools, which has allowed me to branch out a bit. Well, a bit more, one could say. At any rate, it's a good life, and one I wouldn't be living were it not for you and your friends, bringing an end to the war as you did. Not to mention everyone's tireless efforts in building the Firmament back up to where it even exceeds its former glory. Truly, I couldn't even begin to express my gratitude. Wait, I have an idea. A few acquaintances of mine had mentioned their intent to come by and pick up some flowers. Might you be so kind as to deliver them in my stead? I reckon the flowers would mean that much more to them, if brought by a real-life hero, rather than an old greybeard like myself. My friends live right in an Arisen Song quarter, not far from here. You know your way around these parts, yes? Funny how fate plays out, isn't it? A single seed planted, literally, can lead to a nobody like me crossing paths with the very woman who saved our nation. Truly, it's nothing short of a miracle. Do this old man a favor just this once, would you please? You did not see me try and press the mount up button. You definitely did not see that message pop up. Bum 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 bada boom. Am I to be believed as Mr. Sadair, hero of our land, stand before me? Oh, how the spinner has blessed me today. But whatever brings you to this humble place? This elegant, fragrant Nemea lily was clearly grown with the utmost of care. Why, I'll be lilies from old Jaycock. How do you know the man? Or do you know the man? Forgive my impropriety, but never in my wildest dream would I imagine you'd be the one to bring them to me. I served Howard the Mail as a sellsword during the war. It wasn't a bad life, but it was far from me an easy one. Every day I give thanks to the efforts of you and your companions, by which I now am at long last able to live my days in peace. And yet, thoughts often drift to my brothers and sisters in arms who were not so fortunate as to live to see this day. It is the least I can do to honor their sacrifice. Placing old Jaycock's flowers at their graves is a small gesture, perhaps, but one that never fails to put my heart at peace. But even this small gesture, why, what profound meaning it will take on, knowing that these flowers were delivered by the hand of the savior of Ishgard herself. My comrades' souls will surely soar to the heavens with pride this day. My heavens, it couldn't be, but it is. I had heard rumors that the savior of Ishgard herself was personally assisting in the restoration effort, but never did I dream I would have the honor of encountering you in the flesh. Whatever brings you to the Firmament this fair eve? And a male lily from Jaycock for me? What a lovely gesture. I shall place it at my daughter's gravestone, just as I have every day since you and your companions mercifully ended the war. While the fighting still raged on, it was all I could do to eke out a living. Deep down, the loss of my child devastated me, but my heart was too consumed by fear and uncertainty to grieve as a mother should. Now, thanks to the efforts of Lord Francel and generous souls like yourself, I no longer want for a roof over my head and food on my plate. At long last, I know the peace of mind that frees me to reflect upon my daughter's life and honor her memory. While I would have liked nothing more than to walk these streets with her, to show her what a magnificent, uplifting place the Firmament has become, I can at least take comfort in knowing that her spirit lives on in my own heart, and in the city and nation I now strive to help rebuild. And though my child may never return, I also find solace in knowing that the younglings I see playing in the streets need never make the same sacrifice. For this, you have our eternal gratitude. Yeet. I see you delivered the lilies. Thank you, my friends. You have done me a greater kindness than I deserve. My apologies for imposing upon you as I did. I know as well as any that you have no end of gravely important matters to attend to. And yet, being the old busybody I am, I couldn't help but feel that I wanted you to see and hear from the people of this place yourself. To witness, to experience firsthand just how much your presence has meant to, and I do not exaggerate, every last man, woman, and child who calls this place home. Indeed, it is because of you, above all, that we can at last come to some small measure of peace with the past, devote our efforts in the present, and turn a hopeful eye towards an ever brighter future. Speaking of which, do you perchance know the traditional meaning of the Nemea lily? Well, nowadays they are thought of as a symbol of parting, and therefore used to pay tribute to the departed. In olden times, they were said to afford safe passage to those embarking on a journey. I pray that the spinner always watches over you in your travels. Know that you are ever welcome here, in this place where your deeds have allowed an entire nation and its people to set forth on a new journey of their own. And we get some bright little seeds. Let's... Cat is trying to like dig her way through like a sandbag, basically. Is that what it's called? I think I just like directly translated it. I don't know if it's called that. Or like it's like a big like baggy seat that you can like sit in, I guess. It's like a big, it's a bag you can sit on. I don't know what it's called in English. If it isn't the savior of Ishgard in the flesh, you couldn't have come at a better time. Would you like to assist the illustrious Eddie Lode, Ishgard's permanent pyrotechnician, in her latest foray into the realm of sky-spanning aesthetic excellence? Nanny. Say no more, of course you would. Here, take this coal in hand, into hand, and use it to set the masterpiece I've placed over on Quill's trays aflame. I promise you the result will be nothing short of scintillating. Scintillating? I think it's... No, it should be scintillating, I think, maybe? Oh, I don't know. Help me. Oh. Very good. I love Dark Souls. Or just any of the Souls games. This red hot piece of carbonized wood is a handy way to light a fire. Oh, now there's a sight to behold. Edelard kept saying how she was slaving away in her workshop on the project of a lifetime. But I figured she was just blowing hot air again. You honor me with your presence, my lady. Just between you and me, I couldn't help but notice a similar-looking device sitting all alone atop the mattock, and a group of children eagerly gathering around it. Perhaps Edelard means to put on a show for them as well? What is happening to my hand? I have like a particular part of my hand that just feels like it's being cut. Actually, now I'm thinking about it, I probably do have a cut over there, don't I? From my work. Oh well. The sky, it's sparkling. I've never seen anything so beautiful. Hey miss, I saw another one of those tubes over on Abacus. Do you think that one will make the sky light up too? Diabetes. I have no idea why. Don't ask me. It's just, sorry. It's one of my favorite, like, little memes, I guess. Wow, how does he do that? Right. Just one more. Oh, what beautiful fireworks. I've not seen such a sight since, well, it's been many years. Still, what a lovely way to celebrate the restoration of the Firmament. And how fitting it is that you, is it that the one to ignite the blaze is none other than the very hero who delivered our fair nation from war. Thank you, my lady. Do pass on my regards to dear Edelard next time you see her. Whoa. That's a trick and a half. Ah. Me bloody eye! Oi oi oi. Oi oi. I always have a tendency to like hum along to this particular part of the song because Heavensward. Because it is Heavensward. They are slowly but surely cleaning up and finishing everything in Heavensward, though. There's not much left anymore. Which is sad, but also good. It's a job well done. I'll give you permission to set off all the fireworks, you fool. But I jest. I was hoping you would do just that. Why, I saw the sight from here, and I do believe it's safe to say that I am every a genius that I always knew myself to be. Did the townspeople appreciate my masterwork as much as I did? Of course they did. The incredible spectrum of colors, the unsurpassing elegance with which they dance and dart through the sky. Only a fool or a blind man would fail to appreciate that spectacle. But my true dream doesn't end there. Take a look at this beauty beside me. Bertha here was my pride and joy when I served on the front lines. Couldn't count the number of times she saved me from the ravaging claws of the Horde. When the war ended, I figured she'd just end up all alone, collecting dust in a dark corner of some storehouse. So I offered to take her home myself, with the promise that I'd keep her well maintained and put her to good use, and my natural aptitude for pyrotechnics has allowed me to do just that. We may no longer have need for weapons to shoot dragons out of the sky, but I mean to give Bertha here a new life, shooting sheer beauty into the sky, and bringing joy and hope to the people of our nation. But why stop a discard? Yes, one day I will journey all across Eorzea, with Bertha in tow, lighting up the skies in all corners of the realm with a spectacular rainbow of fiery blossoms. For the part you've played in helping me realize my life's work, I thank you. As do, no doubt, all who will one day bear witness to the wonders that you have helped me introduce to the world. Yes. And with that, I give you leave to resume your travels, but wherever you roam, always look to the sky, for you never know when Edelod's fabulous fireworks will return to grace your eyes once more. Okay. I would like to say after a slight little interruption, whoopsie. I totally didn't forget to, I'm happy that I noticed it, because that would have been so bad. Anyway. Welcome, welcome, my good woman, to Snow-Soaked Springs. This is my favorite place in the world, and once you experience its soothing waters for yourself, I've little doubt it will be yours as well. Yes, visitors of all stripes come from near and far seeking the succor of its healing waters, which are all but proven to have the power to wash away one's every worry, and ease nigh upon every ache, pain, ailment, or malady known to man. Why, I myself even bathed here some 20-odd times, and that's just today. Do you not feel the gentle, steamy breeze in the air? Does the sound of trickling water not tickle your ears with sheer delight? Can you not scarcely wait to free yourself from the biting cold and slip into a sublime world of warmth and comfort? Say no more, your bemused gaze tells me that this is your first time to this area. To this splendorous sight, sorry. Allow me to give you the tour. This here is the rest area, where one can relax and cool off one's body after a sumptuous soak. Sitting here and breathing in the fresh air while sipping his guardian brandy or nourishing both belly and soul with a cup of yak's milk. Why, if there is a more heavenly sensation to be found in this realm, then I am a Mile-Adon's uncle. Now allow me to truly amaze and astound you, for I haven't even gotten to the best part of it all. I speak, of course, of the steam bath, that blissful haven of heat and sweat that will flush the toxins out of every pore of your body and leave you feeling like a woman reborn. But why take my word for it? Slip into your bathing attire and follow me. You came for a nice relaxing soak in the water, you say? Ah, but don't you worry, that's coming at an end. Trust me, you'll appreciate it that much more after you've sweat your fair share. I don't have a bathing suit anymore. At least I don't think so. I thought I got rid of that particular glamour plate for other stuffs, which seems to be the case, which means that I have nothing of bathing attire. I guess this is the best I have. Is it not a sight to behold? I swear to you, if there is a more incredible invention in our entire realm, why, You can cast me from the highest peak of curses. Some find the heat too overpowering for their liking, but I'm certain that a strapping young woman like yourself, the experience will prove positively divine. And once the sweat has poured from you like great hail falls, plunge into the chill waters of this pool, and mark my words, you'll feel as if you went soaring straight to the heavens. Not to mention that you'll lock in the heart and ward off any malicious maladies or ailments seeking to break into your body. But don't take my word for it. Just between you and me, a certain illustrious individual who shall remain unnamed, but may or may not be the esteemed Azure Dragoon, has been known to stop by for a soak from time to time. I have even spoken with him myself. But I'm getting ahead of myself again. Yes, I simply must escort you to the baths. Right. Feast your eyes upon Snowsoak's pride and joy, the grand baths. I have it on good account that a selected group of Ishgard's most accomplished artisans labored for nigh 7 fortnights to shape this tub into an aesthetically perfect form worthy of the blissful waters that fill it. Why, it's said that the original design was conceived by none other than the erstwhile Count Terrason de Jamail, who also developed the method by which the springs are summoned up from deep beneath the ground to bless our bodies with their warmth and healing powers. But could one possibly hope to appreciate the sheer wonder of the baths and sauna simply by hearing some stranger ramble on rapturously about it until the end of time? Heavens, no! So what are you waiting for? Doff your garb and hop in for yourself already. I mean, this is the best garb I have for this. Tell me, friend, are you prepared to experience true bliss? Sure, buddy. Is it not everything I said it was and then some? Pardon me. Is that? Slap me silly with a kissing trout if it isn't the esteemed Count Charlemagne de Durandare. What brings your lordship to this place? Does the Durandare demands? I think demands is just like a manner. Not have a private bathhouse that far outstrips this place in sheer scope and luxury? I do believe these facilities are open to one and all, regardless of what stature or status. If you must know, firstly, they afford me the opportunity to converse uninhibited with individuals such as yourself, that I might hear the voices of our citizens firsthand. If more members of the nobility were to follow my lead, I do firmly believe that Ishgard would become a more compassionate nation, yet far too many seem to believe themselves above it all. And so, as lord of the highest of high houses, I come here to set an example. Secondly, I come to admire the artistry and technical mastery of House Jamail. It pleases me greatly to see that they, too, are expanding their aesthetic pursuits and forging a new role for themselves in this new age of peace and enlightenment. Thirdly, but it's not self-evident, soaking in these soothing waters and gazing out upon the snow-kissed landscape. Why, there is no place in our fair realm I would rather be. We've done it. We've done it, everybody. We've gone and bloody done it. Now this is to experience true bliss right here. Actually, I'm overreacting, like I usually am. Let me go back over to Foundation to see if there's any other things that may have appeared in Ishgard. I don't think so, but you never know. Could be missing something. There's level 80 stuff, which is for the dragon something tools. Okay, I will go and do one other thing though before we end off this episode. I'm going to unlock something that we will be doing the first hand in the next episode. Bam bam bam. I was thinking about doing it in this episode, but then it's gonna be a really long one, I think. So I'm not sure if I want to do that. Greetings, Sin. I am ever glad to see you pass to the 7th heaven with purposeful stride, although one of my more persistent patrons will be gladder still. I've been requested to direct you into his presence at your earliest convenience. If you have a moment to spare from saving the realm, pray rescue my establishment from the piteous mewling of a story-starved minstrel. Then I have subsided on the scraps of travelers, all but wasting away whilst I awaited the full repast that only you can provide. They say you brought an end to 1,000 years of war, that the great worm Nidhogg shall no more darken the skies of Ishgard. But the dragon song must have a final verse. I beg of you, feed me every morsel. I shall devour every sight, every sound, every blow that you landed upon his scaly hide. What glorious fare! Brother is set against brother. A fallen companion saved. I am revived and restored. My fingers ache to strum the chord. To strum the score. Eternal is a dragon's woe. Unceasing doth his anguish flow. Yet for the walls of Ishgard high, against blood did the race Felger ally. Eternal is a dragon's rage. Dread Nidhogg's wrath did span an age. Yet by his hated brother's eye, did light quell shade. Did light quell shade and vengeance die? I read that perfectly. What say you? Does your blood not quicken at the tale's retelling? One might accuse the language of being overly flowery, but epic deeds demand epic depictions. Do you not agree? And with that, we unlock the Minster's Ballad and Nidhogg's Rage, which will be the thing I'm gonna do first thing in the next episode. So, I hope you enjoyed this episode of just us playing Final Fantasy XIV. And next episode, we'll be beginning the episode with doing a little retelling of Nidhogg in the form of Nidhogg Extreme, and then we will continue with the main story. Goodbye.